Hey, aloha parents and adults and kids and guests at Smith Taekwondo. Today we just finished sparring, so forgive me for how I look. All the kids in the first class, all 24 of them, taking their turns, beating the crap out of me, and I absolutely loved it. The kids had a good time. I want to talk about an incident though, and parents often will think they're helping if they're outside yelling or gesturing or waving their arms or distracting the kids. If your child is on the floor sparring and they're sparring with, I've got some triplets that are little ninjas, and if they're sparring with them, their hands are full already. So the last thing they need is for you waving your arms or causing a distraction outside. Because when one of those triplets throws a spinning kick or a back kick or a good technique and it lands because you're distracting your child, then your child is going to get hurt. That's the safety aspect of what we're doing in here. All the kids have a really good time sparring, even the ones who don't do very well. They develop a sense of confidence, they get hit over and over, and they realize that getting hit isn't as bad as they thought. It's actually the fear of getting hit. But the actual distraction itself of gesturing and waving and doing this outside is a terrible thing to do. And you might think it's a good idea, but it's not. A lot of parents might parent that way. And I'm not going to tell anyone how to parent. I can tell you that it didn't work for me when my state-appointed guardian used to do that to me, because when I got old enough, that stopped. But you're putting the kids at risk. And not only that, but you're distracting every child in the room. And if the instructor is myself, Miss Lehua, Ian, Kaylin, whoever's on the floor, if we're now catching glimpses of you running back and forth and gesturing, then we're not paying attention to the kids. And the kids are our number one priority. That's our priority. If you think this was easy, get on the floor, because it's not easy. The kids got their hands full, but they're doing just fine, and they don't need anybody outside scaring them. I asked the child that I'm talking about after class, they broke out into tears. I asked him, "Are you injured?" "No." "Are you injured? Did you get hurt?" "No." "What's wrong?" "I'm scared." That was their answer. No child should have to go home after Taekwondo and say that they're scared or be scared. That's the worst thing that you can do when a child's in martial arts. There was a book called The Diary of a Samurai, and the samurai who wrote the book said, raise your child by never scaring them. And he's talking about how to raise a warrior, how to raise a samurai. Never scare your child. Never let them be in fear. Never let them live in fear. So I can tell you from my own personal experience as a child, when my state-appointed guardian used to do that to me, that didn't turn out well for him. So parents, please understand, we love all your kids. We want them to do their absolute best. And it's heartbreaking and upsetting for me to even make a video like this. But the kids do just fine, and they progress just fine, and they develop discipline just fine, as long as you're not putting certain stipulations on them and they have to test at a certain time, or they have to do so good at sparring, or they have to do their forms better. I've been doing this over 40 years, and I hate to date myself, but believe it or not, I've never lost a child. Not one has died yet. They've all done pretty well. So thank you guys for listening to this, and please consider this when you're watching your children spar. Aloha.